All right, welcome back, guys. Today we're doing the rear end of my WRX. We're putting on the rear coilovers. We're putting on Whiteline LCAs. We're putting on the Whiteline toe links, and we have some support brackets from Cusco that will help tighten up the rear end as well. Some chassis bracing for the subframe in the rear. Here it is. Definitely been looking forward to getting all of these things on the car, and finally I'm able to complete this project today. So we've already been working on getting the OEM LCA out of the car, so that's out, and we've got one of the new Whiteline LCAs in here partially. So we just got to work on getting the rest of this gear into the car, and we'll have to get in alignment after that. My plan is to tighten up the chassis and then allow the coilovers to take all the brunt of dealing with the suspension and bumps like that. Take that away from the chassis flex and whatnot, and just put it all into the suspension and make it do its job. So I think this thing's gonna handle amazing. Part number for the Cusco, can't remember the exact name of the braces, but they're online everywhere. You pick these up, I think, for somewhere around $150. Just looking to add a little more rigidity to the suspension. I've already got the Whiteline brace right here, and then this goes on the other side facing toward the driver's side, and then comes back. So I'll show you guys that once I'm getting that installed. I'll show you that process. All right, so let's see what the stock coils weigh versus the HKS for the rear. Last time we measured the fronts, and there was a 5-pound difference between the two. HKS was 5 pounds lighter, so looks like on this rear with the RCE spring we got 11.4. That's stock. And then with our HKS, oh wow, 8 pounds. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so like 4.5 pounds? 4.4? I think that's right. Yeah, that's quite a bit of savings. That's for just one side. 4.8 pounds. Zeroed out, just to make sure. Oh, 5 pounds. One more. 5 pounds for this tow arm and LCA. Let's see what the new one is. We might have gained some weight back here versus stock. 5 pounds. Oh, it's going up. 5.6 pounds. So it is a little heavier by 0.6 pounds. Half a pound to get a lot more adjustability. 5.8. Okay, so yeah, a little over half a pound for the new setup. That's not bad, considering we're getting a lot of weight savings just between the coils. Remove the LCAs here, the lower control arms for the rear. We've got 17, 19, 12, and 17. We'll remove all these bolts. The tow arm will remove the cotter pin here. If yours is really messed up, doesn't really matter. We're going to use a new one for the Whiteline kit. And then this bolt is 17 millimeter. So this is another place where the pickle fork comes in handy to get the tow arm out of here. The lower control arm removed right here. As you can see, I try to keep the right bolts matched up with the nuts and the way they went on. For example, this is some of the Cartboy in-link kit. So this washer right here went on the inside, the in-link went in the middle, and then we had this other aluminum washer and then the nut on this side of the LCA. So I just try to keep the bolts lined up for reference. It's real easy to put back on. However, the new Whiteline LCA comes with some new hardware, and then some of the other components going on the car come with some new nuts and bolts, so I just have to be mindful of putting those back on. But anyway, for your reference, these are 17 mil, 17 mil, 12 mil, 17 mil, so not terribly difficult. And when I did hit these with WD-40 before starting. Here's the new Whiteline LCA. I can't see any difference between either one of them that indicate they might be for the driver's side, passenger side. So just gonna throw it on like this, and then this is one of the bolt kits. This will go, so if we're talking about the passenger side, putting this one on the passenger side, that part, the bushing right here, will go into the subframe next to the differential, which is in the middle of the vehicle. Come over here, this will go toward the outside, your hub assembly, and then this is the nut and bolt hardware and washers that they give you. And they actually have directions here for us. So just get it in place, feed it from the back side. And get our other adjustable washer here, get that, and the nut. All right, easy. Just get it in place real quick. Okay, so I've got the nut and bolt in place with the adjustable washers here. This will adjust our camber. When we get on the line, they'll be able to fine tune that, get that all set up for us. And this one, just kind of in place right now. I've actually got a brace kit that I'm going to be using. I'll show you guys that right now. For the Cusco brace, this is all of our hardware. This part right here with the round circular part that goes toward the subframe and meets against the subframe. This part will go to connect to our chassis through this little connection. This is a 12 millimeter bolt. So let's get that in place. In this square hole to our subframe, we'll want to put the nut facing up, and we'll just drop it in there like so to get our thread, and then our Cusco brace in there, thread it, and then you can hold on to this tab right here and then feed the bolt through. And we've got our 12 millimeter socket nut, our socket here. We'll just have to hold it in place. This is kind of difficult. It's not the easiest thing to mess with. I'm actually going to hold the brace in place and put the bolt back in for the control arm. That way we don't have to hold it. There, I've got that control arm nut in place. So now all we have to do is meet the thread with our Cusco brace. And there we go. Come on now. Yeah. Oh, victory. Victory is ours. I got it. Oh my gosh. It wasn't the easiest thing. Like I said, it can't be done. Once you do it, you don't have to do it again. And now I've just tightened this down. There's no torque specs. I've just really tightened it down pretty well. And like I said, I had to put the nut in here temporarily just to hold this brace in place to help free up some hands. Cool. The new bolt and put a washer right here. This is a 19 millimeter. That's provided with the kit, so we'll just slide it into our LCA through the other side. And we'll have to, well, I'm going to loosely tighten this just until I get everything else in place. We'll torque everything down a little bit. Okay, so these are the self-locking nuts. Here's the Subaru, here's the part number. And I like to try to get new hardware when I can. So I'm going to use this new nut on our lower control arm where I can. And then also here is the bolt part number for the lower control arm. That's all OEM. You only need a 17 millimeter nut here that goes to the Cusco. You can use your original one or get a new one. And then we'll use the OEM bolt here for the coilover with the adjustments halfway. So they're sitting at about 15 clicks. They're 30-way adjustable, so they came right in the middle for the hard and soft setting. Now these are the spacers. These go on the end of your coilovers and between your LCA. I'm going to put these on right now. Torque specs for the end of the control arm here. I've got 50 foot-pounds. The coil is 60 foot-pounds. The sway bar link, 30 foot-pounds. And then the end of the LCA right here is 50 foot-pounds. Here's the line for our e-brake. We're going to go and remove this 12 millimeter bolt, or nut, from our, there we go, so it's our tow arm. Get that off here. And now we have the bolt from the subframe to the tow arm here. Okay, to put this in place, make sure you got some thread sticking out of each end, just so you have some adjustability to work with. And it's easier to get, keep the e-brake line down and feed the part into the hub first. Yeah. These aluminum washers that came with the tie rod, we have to try to get these into the slot so we don't have any more adjustability here. Nothing's very easy about this, but just keep yourself enough. See, that's going outwardly. Yeah, we don't want that. Good deal. Alright. Now we just gotta reach 75 foot-pounds, and then we'll go work on the hub part. While our bushing lubrication. Sure to get it all the way around. It gets 50 foot-pounds. Once it's tightened up, clean up all this excess grease. Get that all cleaned up a little bit. And then just have to put the cotter pin in and we're done.